Somewhere right now, someone is thinking about you, not because of the words you spoke last night, but because of the way you remained silent, steady, unshaken. In a world of noise, your quiet strength is unforgettable. And maybe you don't even know it yet. Here are 5 signs your stoic presence is secretly admired. Picture this. You walk into a room not trying to be noticed. Others are laughing, scrolling, performing. But when you sit down, the atmosphere shifts. It's not that you do anything, it's that you don't. You're calm, grounded, still. And suddenly, everyone else becomes aware of their own restlessness. Psychologists call this emotional regulation, the ability to stay steady while others lose control. It's magnetic. Why? Because most people are controlled by their environment. They mirror chaos. They absorb stress. They collapse into noise. But you resist. And in resisting, you reveal who really has control. Maybe you've noticed people talk faster around you. Maybe they laugh too loud. They can't explain why, but it's your presence, your calmness that unsettles them. It doesn't scare them, it awakens them. And whether they admit it or not, they admire you for it. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Be like the rock against which the waves crash, yet it stands firm." That's what they see in you, the rock. And the waves? They can't help but notice how steady you remain. Think back, you once said something in passing. Maybe it was advice, maybe just a casual line. You forgot it. But weeks later, someone repeats it to you, word for word. They held on, because you don't speak often, but when you do, it lands deep. This is called selective memory encoding. Our brains don't remember everything. They remember what carries emotional weight. And because your words are rare, deliberate, intentional, they carry that weight. Others talk to be heard. You talk to be understood. That difference makes your voice unforgettable. You may underestimate yourself. You may think your opinions don't matter. But the truth is, people replay them long after you've forgotten. In a noisy world, your restraint gives you power. Seneca once said, "Speech is silver, but silence is golden." Your silence is gold, and your words, when spoken, become priceless. Notice how people adjust around you. They fix their posture, touch their hair, stumble over words. It's not because you intimidate them, it's because they're trying to match the energy you radiate. This is called self-monitoring, the subconscious way humans change behavior in the presence of someone they admire or want approval from. Your mystery triggers this. You don't overshare. You don't seek validation. And because they can't easily read you, they become hyper-aware of themselves. Think about it. How many times have you seen someone act confident with everyone else, but when it's just you, they laugh too hard, talk too much, or avoid your eyes? That's not disinterest. That's your presence shaking their mask. Jung wrote, "What you resist not only persists, but grows." People resist showing attraction to you, and so it leaks through their nervous laughter, their restless hands. They don't even realize you've already read the truth. The same faces keep appearing in your world. At the gym, at the cafe, at the events you go to. At first, it feels like coincidence, but eventually you notice the pattern. They are orbiting you, quietly, strategically. This is strategic proximity. the unconscious act of placing yourself near someone you admire. They don't want to risk rejection, so they don't confess directly. Instead, they drift into your world again and again. Not too close, not too far, just enough to be noticed. Maybe you've dismissed this before. You thought, it's random. But patterns are not random. People who want to be near you will always find a way to reappear. Not because they need something from you, but because your presence feels safe, magnetic, grounding. Epictetus once said, "The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you." That's exactly what they're doing. They seek your presence because, even in silence, you uplift them. You're in conversation and suddenly someone asks you, "What keeps you awake at night?" Or, "What's something you wish more people understood about you?" These aren't small talk questions. They're invitations. They're probes into your soul. Jung would call this archetypal curiosity. People sense that beneath your calm exterior, there is a deeper self, a warrior, a king, a sage. And they want to uncover which archetype you are. Their questions are not random. They're silent attempts to remove your mask. Think about the last time someone asked you about your past, your fears, your dreams. It wasn't casual. It was because they saw something in you worth discovering. And while you may brush it off, to them those answers mattered more than you realized. Marcus Aurelius asked himself daily, "What is within my control? What is not?" When people ask you personal questions, what they're really asking is, what is at the center of your control? What defines you? Because they already admire the way you live it. Now, they want to understand it. Here's the paradox. The people who admire you most often never say it. Because admiration creates distance. They put you on a pedestal. They assume you're already wanted, already chosen. So instead of speaking, they show you in fragments. Nervous laughter, repeated words, mirrored posture, quiet presence. But here's the truth. You are admired not because you seek attention, but because you don't need it. You are respected not for loudness, but for silence. And in a world where everyone performs, your refusal to perform makes you unforgettable. So pay attention to the signs, the quiet glances, the thoughtful questions, the familiar faces that keep reappearing. They don't need you to change who you are. They need you to notice who they are already around you. And maybe, somewhere right now, someone is thinking about you. Not because of what you tried to be, but because of who you already are. A man of calm, a man of presence, a man admired in silence. If this message spoke to you, don't let it stay in silence. Share this video, subscribe, and join me here, because the more of us who choose presence over noise, the stronger we all become.